On this episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, you got your boy Lydell Dinero in the building, episode 238. We in this thing. We got guests today. Lydell Dinero got a guest today. We got AKA in the building. We're going to talk some anime. We're going to talk a lot of stuff that we weren't able to talk when he wasn't here. Some stuff I did want to talk to him about. Some of the boxing stuff. We're going to talk Daredevil, Invincible season finales. You know what I'm saying? Get you guys caught up and get another voice in here finally. It's a new episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. Again, episode 238. Lydell Dinero. Where that theme song at? Let's get right to it. You already know what it is. Yeah. It's the best of bias. You need the earful. You should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah. It's the best of bias. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Lydell Dinero. We back in the building with another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. You already know that. That's why you're here. That's why you click play, either on the podcast forum or on YouTube. Guess who we got in the building today? We got a super special guest, the one and only, the one who brings you all the videos you see every week on YouTube, the person that's behind the scenes. I was trying to think of a rhyme, but I couldn't think of one. But AKA, what's up?
What's cracking?
Nothing much, brother man.
Doing things. I don't know.
Yeah, at least you probably got all the rhymes, man. I don't know what happened. I lost it for a second, but just checking in with you before we get started here. How you doing? How's everything been? How's your St. Patrick's Day?
Shit. When was St. Patrick's Day?
The 17th. What day is it today? 19th. So probably like Wednesday or 2 days. Today's Wednesday. 2 days ago, Monday.
Shit, I was probably at work.
Yeah, it wasn't really holiday-ish. Everybody had to work. Yeah, maybe. Wait, hold on. Was it during the weekend? Because St. Patrick's Day weekend was this past weekend. Whatever. I'm not Irish, even though my name is Patrick. But it's always a couple months after my birthday. So, and I ain't got to wear green, so I always remember that. So everybody Irish out there, everybody that has the name Patrick, hope you celebrated well. But anyways, work. Anything else? You know what I'm saying? Get to kick your feet back and do anything else enjoyable besides work?
Just work. I ain't really been doing shit but work. You know, I work a lot, so
Yeah.
boring as fuck. But yeah, that's pretty much my life.
No, yes, everybody's life. We got to work, you know what I'm saying? Without work, what can we do until they, pass a new law that we get free money from sitting on our ass and doing nothing? We got to get up and get it, you know what I'm saying? Got to get up and get it. But yeah, good to hear you're doing well. But let's get into some bullshit. Now that the real shit is over. Me personally, I'm doing all right. Got through the work week. Not really through the work week. We're in the middle of it. Hump day is over. Recording this on a Wednesday. So I'm happy to get in here and talk a little something different. Best of Bias, we usually get into the sports and shit, do a little pop culture. And it's kind of heavy in that area. But we talk about anime today. Where are my anime heads at? We talking some gaming today. Teeny tiny bit of sports. But we're spending more time in the stuff that we neglect sometimes. We need to get back into it. We need to get back into the culture. We need to let the people know what we're watching. We need to know what the people watching. Spread some news to the community. Can we do that today, AKA? Can we do that?
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do that shit. Let's do that shit. First, though, we know you are a boxing aficionado. Wow, how do you say it? Aficionado. Fuck.
No, I just like boxing.
No. You're the one we go to from this podcast to talk a little more in depth. I talked a little bit about the Tank and Roach fight the week after it happened, but I wasn't able to talk to anybody about it. It was just me talking. How'd you feel about the fight? We already know how it turned out, but how'd you feel about the decision? How'd you feel about the approach? Tank, how'd you feel about it?
I got mixed feelings about it. I thought it was a great fight. It was definitely a great fight. You finally see Tank you see Tank react to being punched before. That's not like a new thing where like he gets hit and he reacts to it, but he was getting caught a lot more clean, it looked like, in this one. But I thought he was catching dude with some nice power shots too, and Roach was taking them.
Just eating them,
but,
man.
I seen a couple times where it looked like Roach was a little bit hurt, and I seen a couple times where it actually looked like Tank was hurt. I think like one or two times I thought Tank hurt. But to be honest, it was like up until that point, it was to me pretty much even. Usually in that situation, they typically give it to the champion, but then there was that whole take a knee thing, which I mean, I believe his story about the eye shit, but I don't know. You a fucking professional. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it
Why would
is
you
what
put
it
grease in
is.
your hair? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it happens. Like the Amanda Serrano chick was talking about it, how she had to cancel a whole fight because right before the fight, she was doing her workouts and stuff and started to sweat, and the sweat from her braids started burning her eyes, and she couldn't even do the fight. So
she quit. She quit the whole fight. Oh damn.
canceled the whole fight for it. Yeah. So I mean, it's a real situation. I believe that was true, but just the taking the knee thing. I mean, I don't know what other option he had, but uh, it's just a rule in boxing. You take a knee, you touch the canvas at any
Yeah.
time. And I mean, granted, I don't think that punch really hurt him that much, but he was probably thinking, okay, this motherfucker's punches is actually like I'm feeling him, so I can't go in there blind and get knocked the fuck out in front of everybody. So he was willing to take that knee, but he took that knee and got. I don't know what the fuck that ref was thinking because I don't know when in history where you can tell a ref to stop counting and he stopped counting. I don't know. That's just new, but
It did
I
look
don't know.
kind of
Just
weird. Like it looked because it looked like he tried to make sure he let everybody know that the punch didn't affect him, and he like kind of gestured towards it, and then actually went down for a second and went to the side. But I don't
yeah, it
know.
was
I
like
don't know. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it was a punch. I truly think it was the his eyes, but it was just he took that knee thing. I mean, in my mind, he should have got counted as down and got an 8 count or whatever, a
Yeah.
standing 8 count. And that would have been a knockdown. And he should have then did what he's supposed to do and go in there and either get him out of there or take the rest of the fight to where it looks like it's undeniably him. You know, his fight. That's happened before where fighters done that. Andre Ward went down against Kovalev in the first fight, so it's possible. So he didn't do that though. He took the knee. I He took the knee, but then they basically didn't give it to him. He got in there and was still fighting a good fight, but I still don't think he just really didn't turn it on at any point. He was throwing bombs though, but he just wasn't like at any no point in the fight that it looked like he was in a rush into the very last round.
Right. He tried to do his normal thing, take it to the fifth, sixth round, try to hit, just trying to finish him. And once Roach wasn't going for that shit, he was like, trying to go to plan B. And I don't know, Roach was fighting back, winning a couple of rounds. Nobody really expected it.
Yeah,
I was watching like, damn, is this nigga about to lose this
but
fight?
that's what happens when you got people who fought each other so many times. They
Right.
sparred each other multiple times.
Hmm.
You get shit like that where somebody who typically wouldn't have beat him, but he knows anything that would be surprising. Because a lot of times, those fighters that are really good, they're really good until people figure them out because they're bringing something into the ring that you're not familiar with, or that fighter's not familiar with, or a lot of people aren't familiar with, and they surprise people with it. But then after a while, that shit catches on and everybody knows about it. Just like MMA, when fucking Brazilian Jiu Jitsu first came in, he was fucking everybody up. Royce Gracie, he was a little dude, but nobody's seen that shit before. And now everybody does that shit. That's part of MMA. That's literally part
Yeah.
of the training. It's
You kind
fucking
of have to, yeah.
yeah. So it's like that's pretty much how it is with boxers too. And I think when he got in there with Roach just he knew all his surprises and stuff. He knew what kind of power he had, and I mean, it's kind of the same thing with Haney and what's his name, Ryan Garcia.
Hmm.
I think Haney was a little bit more feeling himself more than he actually was. He should have been. I think he's a good boxer. He really doesn't have. He needs to work on power. But that's something that you really can't teach. You can teach sharpness and like accuracy to help, with that. But I don't know. But yeah, I think that's what happened with him too. Was he got near Ryan Garcia, who was still familiar with his style, and I think
Yeah.
he overlooked Ryan Garcia, thinking it's gonna be easy. And because if you really look at that fight, I mean, truthfully, like other than the rounds where he was getting dropped, he was pretty much winning the rounds. It just he was getting dropped every time he was getting touched.
Yeah. Yeah. When that happens, I ain't no coming back from that all the time.
Yeah,
But as far as them fighting again in June, do you think that had some kind of like I don't know, just kind of like I don't want to say scriptedness to it or it kind of being fixed so that they can fight again since they do know each other so well, just get each other a bag real quick.
I think that's actually possibly was happening. I think that because man, look how friendly they were right after the fight was over. You know what I'm saying? And they sitting there joking around up on stage, and they talk towards each other like, even with him talking about, I'm not gonna say anything in front of his mom. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
okay, you don't ever have that with any other fighter,
yeah,
and I know that feeling like when you in a room and then like one of your boys' mom, your boy ain't got to be there, but his mom walking, you shut the fuck up. Like, nah, shut up. Yo, you ain't gonna talk shit in front of her. So it's like clearly they friends. So I
absolutely.
feel like he know they probably had some real good wars inside the gym sparring, and they was like, no, nigga, this will make a good ass fight. People gonna pay to see this shit. We both gonna get hella money because of my name. After the first fight, it's gonna up your name.
Exactly.
So now you're gonna become a fucking somebody that they can use like merchandise or not merchandise. What do you call it again? You've done media. What is that shit called again?
Market.
Market. There we go. Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
that they can market now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Another face. Yeah, somebody else. Yeah, yeah. That went toe to toe with Tank, with a draw. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Just like what Pitbull Cruz, you know. I
Mm.
mean, he just lost. Well, he lost twice, right? Didn't he just lose his last fight? I don't know. I might be tripping.
Tiafimo? Is that what you're talking about?
No, Pitbull Cruz.
His, I'm not familiar.
You know Pitbull Cruz. That damn, never mind. Well, anyways, in boxing world, because yeah, like I said, I'm a boxing aficionado. Bullshit,
Yeah,
but
I'm super casual when it comes to boxing.
yeah,
So that's
nah.
why I'm
Pitbull is the other short bald headed Mexican dude that Tank didn't knock out. Remember, I don't know if you remember that fight. It was like maybe 4 or 5 fights ago where he fought him. Gave him a good fight. Tank hurt his hand in the fight. I mean, you can clearly see it. He wasn't throwing his. I think it was. I think he hurt his left, but he wasn't throwing that motherfucker throughout
Oh, yeah, I
half the
think I
fight.
remember that fight. Yeah, I think I do
Yeah,
remember that.
but so they kept saying, "Oh, they think Pitbull won," which I don't think Pitbull won. I think it was a good fight, but he's still fighting against a one armed man, and that guy still gave him a damn near even fight. Or I still think Tank out. He hit him with the better punches, but that made Pitbull like a huge name out of nowhere, you know. So just 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 losing to him without getting knocked out is enough to make your name big. So if you win a fight to where people think you won it and you got a draw, Roach is set.
Yeah.
You know, as long
I,
as you don't go out there and you just get demolished by the next couple opponents, even if he get knocked out by Tank, I think he'd still be okay as long as it's a flash knockout and he just don't get demolished. I
yeah.
don't see him get demolished, but as long as he don't go out there and do some Rolly shit, you know what I'm saying? Rolly
Yeah.
got knocked out by. Matter of fact, Pitbull knocked out Rolly.
Isn't
Pitbull
he?
Pitbull fucked Rolly up. You didn't watch that fight? All right,
That
just
was
look.
recently, right?
Yeah, look that up. That was Pitbull Cruz, and he
Because Ryan
destroyed
Garcia fought
Rolly.
somebody too on that card too, right? That they're they're both fighting on so either that was coming up recent or really
No,
soon.
the Rolly was like a year ago, and I think when
Oh,
he got beat by Pitbull. But he's about to fight now. Him and Ryan Garcia about to fight.
each other.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
and
why. Okay,
Steele's gonna fight. Who the fuck is? I don't know
it's
who
actually a
Steele's
pretty
gonna fight.
stacked card. It's three pretty good fights on that card.
Yeah, I forgot who Teofimo's gonna fight. I'm tripping. My brain's not working. But Devin Haney's fighting against a pretty good fighter.
Hmm.
I forgot his name, which
It's
sucks. But
interesting
I've
that
been
they're on the
watching.
same card after all the drama between them. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. That could have been fake too. Fuck it. They could have been promoting another big fight for
it
them
could
too.
be. It could be
It's,
behind. They could be friends behind. They were really good friends back in the day. So I
it's
mean, you
like
never know.
But yeah, it's supposed to be happening in June in Vegas. If you guys are out there, go check it out. I don't know if it's this year. It'll probably get postponed. But if it is June this year, that'd be kind of ambitious.
Stop
Uh,
jinxing shit.
hmm?
Stop jinxing it. It might get postponed. I mean, a lot of them do. I mean, even Tanks got postponed.
Yeah, yeah, I'm saying they always do. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up, but if you hear more about it as it gets closer, then it's gonna happen. But if not, fuck it. All right, let's talk about a little pop culture because actually, I'm gonna put this on you. Don't be mad at me, but hey, this is something that you wanted to talk
I
about.
did.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was just being pussy before I started the topic. This is Doechii. You know Doechii. Everybody knows Doechii, album of the year, amazing hip hop artist, female hip hop artist, but hip hop artist nonetheless. Was recently on Hot Ones with her friend discussing, just her because this year she's been winning a lot of awards, doing a lot of stuff, been really big in the industry. People are calling her an industry plant, which I don't really understand. I kind of feel like she is genuinely talented. A lot of people that are kind of industry plants aren't, I wouldn't say really talented. Actually, me personally, my definition of industry plan is somebody that's not talented, that just gets hella money and hella like work for doing shit that's not even good. That's my kind of definition of industry plan. I don't know about you.
Mm,
What about you? What would
I
you call
mean,
industry
I feel like they can be talented, but they don't have to be like they're not usually not like talented enough to where yeah you would 100% see them as a star. And they kind of just come out of nowhere. I wouldn't call them like one hit wonders or nothing like that, but like they would just come out of nowhere.
plan? Yeah.
So, but talent, like yeah, I mean, typically they don't have like a shit ton of talent. Like, I mean, I know I'm probably some backlash for this, but I always thought Britney Spears was like a industry plant because she came out of nowhere. And back then it was easier. Like literally, I think a lot of people were industry plants to be honest back in those days because that was the industry just putting people up there because that's kind of what it was. But like her singing and I mean, she was. I hate to say it, I kind of feel like Rihanna was too. I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for that too, but because I mean, I've never been a big fan of her like vocal abilities, neither of them.
Yeah,
Um,
she's not. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that. Yeah, but yeah, vocally, she's cool. It's just her song making and her timing, and when she came out, kind of like that infused pop EDM kind of era, and it kind of
mm,
like hit because her first song was what was it? Hey, Mr. DJ, I think it was.
yeah,
I think it was something like that.
that was more like a Jamaican Mr. DJ something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I don't know what you would call that back in the day. I wouldn't call it hip hop, not necessarily, but I
Well,
wouldn't
no,
call
it
it
was more
pop.
like island style, like
Yeah.
had that more I don't know, Rasta, not I wouldn't say Rasta, but like dance hall style
Yeah,
in
there
a
you go.
way.
That's the word. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. But anyways, for Doechii, she did kind of come out of nowhere. It is kind of uncommon for somebody just to kind of pop off after her first debut album to win Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys. Was it? No, it was the Grammys, right?
I
Yeah,
don't remember
I
shit.
think it was. It's either Grammys or yeah, I think it was the Grammys. But either way, she was at the Hot Ones interview. She's really popular right now, and she had a very interesting opinion. She was asked, "What are her red flags when it comes to what somebody she's interested in dating? Is that what it was, or just a person in general?"
I think like yeah, when people approach her, I think
Oh,
that's what it is though. I think it was about her opinions and dating. Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah. So yeah, red flags when it comes to people that she's dating. She said that if they're a straight male, which was very interesting. People kind of thought maybe she was talking about maybe, maybe she's bisexual and her preference in person she likes is not a straight guy. Maybe she likes straight or bisexual guys because maybe straight guys don't like to do things sexually that she likes bi guys to do. But a lot of people also thought she was saying that straight males are dangerous in a way. If she doesn't trust them, red flags usually imply it makes you worried. So for her to say that, it was kind of taken another way as well. What side do you fall on that fence, Mr. Man?
I mean, I just thought she was into girls, but I mean, I didn't really look at it any other way than that until now. I guess that's why I wasn't really tripping off it too much. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't see her saying like guys are dangerous. I know a lot of that stuff's going around, like the whole bear or the in the woods or whatever, mean guy, or a man or the bear
Yeah,
type situation. And I even with that, like I thought that was stupid. I took that as I guess they would rather die than be in the woods with a man. I don't know.
yeah.
That was my opinion of it. So in this case, I thought she was just saying she prefers women or, gay dudes. It's like, a lot of, girls love gay dudes. That's like they best friends and shit. So could have been that. Or yeah, like you said, she like dudes who just swing both ways, which is, different, but hey, to each his own. So
Yeah, exactly. Either way, it's still her opinion, but it kind of like
yeah.
people are kind of are just uneasy, I guess, nowadays when it comes to things like that. We do have Anthony Mackie in the news recently also saying in an interview that he raised his boys to be men. He feels like there's an attack on American masculinity. Everybody kind of is, offended when men say they're going to raise their boys as men, kind of implying that, they're denouncing them to be another way. When he kind of came out and said, man, no, I mean, when I was a kid, kid, or me personally, I tell my kids, that's what Anthony Mackie was saying. When I leave the house, I tell my 16-year-old son that he's the man of the house now. You lock the door, you make sure everything is locked up, and if anything happens in this house, you're the man of the house. You do this, you do that. Some people can imply that that's kind of demeaning, saying that the mother can be the protector of the house and be strong enough to protect the home in case of emergency. But when he's just saying that's how he was brought up, that's how his dad instilled in him, that's how he is to be a man. How do you feel about the idea of the American man's masculinity, even the black man's masculinity? A lot of people would say is kind of being tarnished in America nowadays, and just kind of about kind of like being destroyed, I guess you can say.
I mean, I don't like need to categorize it at all. I think just masculinity in general is getting like attacked, is demonized, to be honest. It's like, I don't know. I feel like anytime you have an opinion that our preference that comes from like a man's point of view, it's always hit with like scrutiny or like counters or whatever to like rebuttals or whatever to it. And it's never just taken for what it is, it's an opinion. And it's like, that's just how men have been for years. And a lot of times now it's like, oh, well, that's toxic. And it's like, how is that toxic? I don't ever get it. But yeah, I feel like we like a lot of times, anytime you bring up a lot of stuff that's matched, like I seen a video where a guy was talking to a girl and was talking about, telling his kid to shut up and stop crying over spilled milk type situation, telling the son that. And she was like saying, no, you should let him and whatever. And I like was basically like saying that he was wrong. And everybody was agreeing with her. In my mind, I'm like, no, like you want boys to have control over their emotions. So if you're crying over something, that's lack of control over your emotions. And as you get older as a man, you have to have control of your emotions because if you don't, you tend to go to prison. That's what happens to. That's why I say a lot of guys in the hood, and they might hate me for this too because I grew up in the hood. But I think a lot of dudes lack control of their emotions in the hood and tend to have somewhat of feminine tendencies when it comes to like altercations with people. They tend to just cat off and get into like fighting over simple shit that most dudes who were raised to control their emotions would overlook because they see the bigger picture. They think with logic rather than just popping off of emotion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah,
I see that a lot. I see a lot of attack, and I also see it in like movies,
exactly.
like when for example, Star Wars. Let's use that. They tried to push the female agenda, making like the woman like the main character, which is fine if you do it correctly, but they did it in the midst of stepping on the main character who was like the main focal point of Star Wars for years, Luke. It's like they couldn't bring her in and have like Luke be her mentor and be like something great. They're like, no, nah, let's make him a hermit who pretty much gave up on life.
Yeah,
Like, goddamn, all right.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
Luke. He was supposed to be great, like the chosen one. And it's like, okay. So you didn't have to do that. And it kind of like stems back from like, even back in the day with the old song they had, was it I can do anything you can do better type shit. It's like, why not just say I can do it too? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You don't have to do it. Yeah, it's not like a competition. I don't know.
yeah.
To me, that's how it feels. So it stems from that into now where it's like it just feels like anytime you try and have like an opinion that will come from like a more masculine point of view is shot down. And so to the point where most dudes just shut the fuck up and just leave it
Don't even
alone.
feel like it's worth the battle. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
that.
at all, yeah.
Yeah, but bringing it back to the Doechii point and kind of wrapping it up, that's where we are kind of right now in a sensitive state to where we kind of feel like, well, I wouldn't say I'm part of the feel like, but in America, I feel like a lot of men in America kind of feel like being a man is kind of being washed away little by little, and little things that being a man used to would, which used to mean being a man is being kind of demonized, and I don't know. Just,
Not only that, but if you really look at it, like, yeah, I don't really watch The View, but I've seen a lot of clips from that show. And I do know it's like that's like a publicly or not, I don't know if it's nationally, but at least like it's like
it's definitely,
televised.
I think nationally, yeah.
It is. But they openly always talk bad about men, like to the point where they're like, we don't need men, this and that. And it's like, it's just weird in like a society where the driving force behind like our actual working grid in the United States or in most countries are like the backs of men. to say that, and it's like, where is it okay to do that? You know, nobody says up and like, oh yeah, we don't need men, so if we got rid of men, it'd be fine. Like, okay, 90+% of construction workers are gonna be gone, electricians, everything that keeps everything going. Shit, truck drivers. It's it's gonna be a wrap for the country in like within a week. So,
Yeah, yeah,
all right, you say so, but it's just weird that it's okay to do that, and it's not considered like, I guess, misandry, which is the opposite of misogyny. It's
yeah,
like the hate of men.
yeah.
You
So,
know, because
I,
if men come out on a public show and said, "Do we need women?" and all the dudes start laughing and say no, it's like that shit gonna be canceled the next day.
mm, absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely. I feel it. I feel it, man. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Hard to get super serious on it with you.
yeah, damn,
Uh,
yeah, I went
yeah,
left.
yeah, but we going
That was
back into
me.
some other stuff. Shout out Doechii. Yeah, we know what you meant though. Yeah. Sorry that everybody kind of took it the wrong way. And Anthony Mackie, we know what you talk about too. Everybody has a right to their opinion, and we roll and we listen to everybody. That's why
That's
we
what
bring the
it is.
best of
Yeah,
bias. Bring it to the table, get everybody's opinions out there. Let me know what you guys feel. Leave some comments at the bottom. Let us know. You feel me? But moving along. We got some anime to talk about now. We got the serious stuff out of the way. Let's talk about what we're watching right now. We got a couple of new shows. I talked about Sakamoto Days the other day. I talked about Solo Leveling also, but I wanted to see how you felt about the new shows that are coming out, the new shows of 2025, and even Dan to Dan, if you want to talk about Dan to Dan, just a new wave that's kind of taking over the scene right now. How do you feel about the new wave of anime?
I like it. It was just different. Like, I don't know. I guess a different form of storytelling in some ways. Not so much with Solo Leveling. That's kind of like, to me, that feels like a normal anime, like a normal battle anime, or whatever. I guess they call them battle animes. Yeah. But Sakamoto Days and what's the other one again?
Dan to Dan?
Dan. Yeah, those are like, I don't know. They're more like fast paced and kind of all over the place with it. But I do
Yeah,
like them.
absolutely.
They're different, and yeah, I think they're like, I don't know. There's something that they kind of give me like, not the kind of like longevity building character stuff like you have in like My Hero and stuff like that, where like the
Right.
character actually like develops, but it's more like just wacky storyline that every like week is gonna be something different. It may have a couple episodes that link up, but it's like, I don't know.
It's crazy
They're
epic
fun.
shit.
It's fun to watch. Yeah.
I like Sakamoto Days because a lot of characters kind of stay around, so I feel like they kind of are building to something. Hopefully,
But yeah, I guess in that way you are building like a
Yeah, you know
family.
what I mean. But I don't know. It's kind of a means
It's
to
gonna be
end as
like
well,
a
though.
family, a friendly assassin squad or something.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like
everybody ends up being
non-binary.
their friend. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
and you can't do shit to like he's catching bullets. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he
that
you
motherfucker is like, what is he going like? When are they gonna give him like a level where he can't get any higher? Because that motherfucker does some incredible shit. This
can
motherfucker
lose.
threw a bullet at a motherfucker. He threw a bullet and took him out. It didn't kill him, but I'm sure if he wanted to kill him, he probably could have killed him with that.
This fool is losing weight at will. Just fucking
Yeah,
gets
that
skinny whenever he wants to and then gets fat again just to
burn
hide his
calories.
identity. It's nuts. And just a clairvoyant dude, his homie, they can speak through each other's minds. I think that's very helpful. I don't really know what the girl's use is anymore. I guess she may be the bankroll because she's rich behind the
Yeah, her
scenes,
family is
but
dead.
you
Was
know,
was it
um,
triad or something?
and the sniper dude's raw too. Sniper dude's raw too. So I feel like he's gonna end up staying around.
He is, yeah. He just got there, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like something's gonna pop. I'm noticing a lot of these new animes. Season one, it just takes a little bit to build.
Quick question: is that on Crunchyroll? Because I haven't looked for it on there.
What Sakuma? No, it's Netflix. I think it
I
might
just
be.
like I just canceled my Netflix. I hate the fact they keep going up.
Yeah, bruh. They're 17.99. It's just kind of nutty. It's kind of nutty what Netflix is doing. We do have to. Yeah, it is a problem. And Southwest, you guys canceling those free bags. You guys are tripping,
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
bruh. Oh my God, I talked about that last episode. That shit is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. But yeah, Sakamoto Days, I'm really enjoying it. I am a fan of that kind of anime, to be honest. I'm a big fan of One Punch Man, and it gives me those kind of vibes. Solo Leveling,
Yeah,
I'm
it
still kind
does.
of trying to understand a little bit. This fool is just Jin Woo is just way OP, way more OP
Well,
than all the other hunters. I don't understand
so
what's
it's
going
not
on.
hard to understand. Like, I think I believe it's one of those Korean animations. So I don't think it's from Japan, but if you notice, they have a lot of those coming out where like they have the same concept over and over again. You kind of have to like dig through them until you find one that's just good. And like Solo Leveling is one of those that's good, but they have a shit ton of those where like somebody like inherits his grandfather's like shed or like his land and goes and then finds like find out that his grandfather was like had this portal to a whole other dimension where he can go, and now everything's like a fucking video game, but it's like big monsters, and you can get level up and get hella strong, but then go back to the real world. There's like so many of them, a plethora of these ones that are just like that, the same concept, just a little tweaked, and you just got to find the ones that are good. You know what I'm saying? And Solo Leveling to me is like it's the same damn thing. I mean, matter of fact, you ever seen Shield Hero? That's kind of the same thing. You
Mm-mm.
know, it's on Netflix. It's pretty good. It's called Shield Hero, but it's like, was it five dudes get pulled from their respective universes into this world, and this new world is like they all have different abilities. One's a sword hero, one's a spear hero, other one's a bow and arrow hero, whatever. And then the Shield heroes kind of get treated like shit. It's a pretty good anime. You should watch it. It's like he gets blamed to like SA. I'm not gonna say it on here. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Mike just fell over. God
I thought that
damn.
was the cat. I was like, what the hell was that?
It's my mic. Let's just put it over here for now. But anyways, yeah. So he gets blamed to SA and then like gets treated like shit. But pretty much it's like a video game. You go through and like you just farm and build the fuck up and grind, and then you get stronger. So like that's what soul leveling is. He's in a world where it's already like a video game where everybody gets these fucking you get like awakened hunter abilities, and whatever you awaken as, that's the level you're gonna be at forever. And he just so happens to have the ability to just get stronger. It's probably pretty much going to be like a world where nobody could, like, you wouldn't work out in the gym, you would never get stronger. And then all of a sudden, the fucking human just showed up there. And this motherfucker can just go grind in the gym for a couple months and be strong as shit. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying?
kind of what Jinwoo did. That's why I'm like, fuck, it just jumped really fast for me. But I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. I'm starting to get into it. I'm only at episode, I believe 7 of season 1, so I'm not all
Oh,
the way in.
really?
So yeah, I'm still kind of at the beginning a little bit and seeing what's going on. He
Oh,
just he just killed those 6 hunters that tried to trap him in there with the spider and try to
hmm
steal the shit after him, and he just murked them all. Actually, I'm a
yeah.
couple episodes after that, but kind of in that area.
Okay.
He's getting stronger. He was getting almost got murked by the three-headed fucking dog thing. He was getting toe up, but
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah, but
he's
does he have the ability to, like, absorb souls and shadows and shit and bring them back yet?
not yet, not yet. It's just
Uh,
crazy, bro. It's like every time something super convenient happens, he's like, "Oh, a potion where I can poison myself and slow
mhm.
down with how much HP I take, like lose." Like I go, "Oh yeah." He's
Yeah,
about
this
to get
motherfucker where he's at now, he's like super fucking OP. And like, I don't know, it's funny because he'll talk about when he's fighting people, how like, oh yeah, this guy's way stronger than me. But like he has like other ways. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but he has other ways that make it where he can beat people who even stronger than him. But it's like nah, because once he starts fighting, it's like dude, that's that much stronger than you. You fucking him up still. It's like
yeah.
this
Oh, I
motherfucker.
can use this. It takes 50% off their hit damage. I'm like, damn, and you just everybody else got regular ass powers, and then you got a whole motherfucking
Yeah,
computer screen. You can spawn shit out of thin air.
this
Yeah.
motherfucker is like so fast. He can like he's like on a mission with like all like A ranked hunters, which means they're like strong as shit, and they're fighting these things, and they're basically gonna get their ass kicked. So they think he's still like a little E rank nothing, and this motherfucker moves so fast that he goes and like cuts the tendons of all the fucking things they're fighting without them seeing it. While they're fighting, he's moving that quick just to make the fight easier for them, so they win. And I'm like, okay, this motherfucker's Flash.
Yeah. And he never really wants the credit either. He just walks away. Like, oh yeah, we did that shit.
I
Yeah.
know, or
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Mark Phillips and them was talking about. They just put out a video. He's like every time Jinwoo somebody's getting their ass whooped, he just sitting somewhere staring off or farming. Oh yeah, I'm
mm-hmm.
cold. I'm cold as fuck right now. I know. I know. And yeah, it was hella funny. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about some shit we're hearing online because anime Well, let me talk about Attack on Titan. Everybody talks about Attack on Titan. I'm getting close. I'm at the beginning of there too. I ain't gonna lie. I
But
am
you
like
at the beginning of Attack on Titan?
not really the beginning, but like episode, I would say where am I at? I'm basically at where the female Titan is basically just swallowed Eren.
Oh, okay. I
So
know
I'm
what you're
like,
talking
yeah, I'm a little right there. But it's cool too.
about.
It's cool. So I'm just jumping between a whole bunch of anime, just kind of staying up on everything that's coming out. Just trying to, watch old shit that I haven't seen. I'm still trying to get through Dragon Ball Super, but that tournament, I can tell they said the writers are fucking off on that whole season there, delaying the season hella long when they didn't have a script really written or have the season written. The Tournament of Champions has been fucking 36 episodes. And every
Goddamn.
episode is like 20 minutes left of the tournament. But it'll be another three episodes. 15
But,
minutes left of the
but that's
15
how it
minutes.
always is. That's how it's always been. You know, remember how the fucking Namek, Planet Namek, fucking arc was, where they fucking, I think Frieza, or whoever was blowing up the fucking planet, and it was like, oh, the planet has 10 seconds before it explodes. 27 episodes later, oh my God, there's 6 seconds left. It's like, what the fuck? You
Yeah,
don't remember that shit? That's
you
how it's
should.
always been.
Yeah, but still, I'll be watching it at work, and I'm really trying to speed through this. I'm trying to get through GT next. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get at least out of this goddamn tournament. But no, we still fighting, and I already know what's going to happen because after these tournaments, every universe that gets beat after they're out, their universe gets destroyed, and they only keep one universe. But I already know damn well they're not going to destroy all these universes at the end. They're going to end up keeping them all because a lot of the characters are super like popular characters in Dragon Ball now, like Kefla and a lot of these other fucking Saiyans from other universes and shit like that. But
Yeah, they might
it,
kill him. Who knows?
they're not gonna kill their ass. They ain't gonna kill him. But anyway, speaking of Dragon Ball Z, what a good segue. People are online talking shit, man. We know we take our anime real serious. I know my Marvel DC heads take their shit really serious
I
as
know.
well. Not often do lines cross, but often lines do cross. My pop culture Comic-Con heads kind of intersect like that sometimes, but sometimes they don't. A lot of people don't fuck with the anime, but the people that do fuck with anime are kind of high on it, saying the anime people can fuck up anybody in DC,
I'll be right back.
anybody in Marvel.
I'll grab a water real
Oh
quick.
yeah. While he grabs water, I'm gonna set this up for y'all. People are saying that Goku, we know Goku of Dragon Ball Z. We're just talking about that. People are saying that Goku can solo each person in the DC universe. Okay. I know this sounds crazy. I know this might be engagement farming on the person's part that actually posted this shit. But me, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. You can see by what I got behind me. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z guy. But even I know it is a blasphemous statement to try to make. I don't care how many levels Goku can go to, Super Saiyan God, Ultra Instinct, all that shit. I don't think this man can solo the DC universe. What do you say, Aria? Do you think Goku has a chance to solo the DC universe? How far do you think he make? Let me throw some characters at you and let me see if you think Goku can beat them. Let's start easy. We're gonna start easy. Should we start with the Justice League or should we do obscure characters first?
All right, go with anybody who you think who will be a challenge. There will be like a legit challenge, I would say.
What do you, Martian Manhunter?
Can't be tangible. He could probably beat Martian Manhunter. Yeah, I don't know too much how in depth his power gets, but I think that I can see him beat Martian Manhunter. Yeah,
And isn't his weakness fire?
I believe so.
So
I
yeah,
know he has an extreme weakness.
yeah, the Kamehameha has. I don't know if they're necessarily fire, but they get kind of hot. Uh, um, let's see. Green Lantern.
Yeah, he'll be the Green Lantern.
Green
Yeah.
Green. Okay. Batman. Nah, that's kind of easy, right? Superman. What do you think about Superman?
I don't think he'll be Superman, to be honest. I think that would be too much because like
That's
there's
actually
that
a pretty common debate out there. Goku versus
there,
Superman.
there's like Superman stories where he like goes to like the edge of the universe and literally like learns the powers of the gods and shit like that, and then goes and stays in the sun for like however fucking many years, absorbing all the fucking rays of the sun, which already makes him strong as shit from a distance. So to be inside of there, probably like steroids on 10. But I gotta look up more of that story. But I know he becomes like damn near invincible and omnipotent. So
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how he's really gonna be able to beat that. Same with Darkseid. Like the real
I was
like
gonna say
depth,
Darkseid next. Yeah.
yeah, the real depth story of Darkseid is like if you really go into it, he's not even like he's like a puppet of like a much stronger entity that's like Dormammu level or higher type shit, you
Oh,
know? So
yeah.
yeah, he's gonna have a
Darkseid's
hard
whooping
time
his
getting
ass
up with
then,
that.
huh?
Yeah,
Let's see who else we. Damn. So we are Goku. You already motherfucking losing, my guy. We trying to
yeah.
give you some bail here. We should have started with easier guys because we already got Doctor Manhattan. If you guys seen the Watchmen,
Doctor
yeah,
Manhattan,
he don't even gotta. You just your
he exists
molecules.
at all time, at all seconds of time. Like every moment of time exists at the same moment for him. If that makes sense. So like if he's sitting somewhere and you like bring up a moment that happened with you and him in the past, it's happening right now currently for him at the same time. While that's so how the fuck is he gonna beat somebody who has that ability? I don't know. That alone is enough. But
And he already
Manhattan,
knows Goku is going to come and is prepared for the time that Goku is going to come to fight him and even
thank
think
you.
about fighting him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's over for that. I don't know who came with this stupid ass idea. Shit, Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle.
What is it like? What is his full ability? Like I
Uh,
don't really know too
it's
far into
it's
it.
it's pretty much a sentient. He's kind of like Iron Man and Green Lantern combined.
Yeah, but I don't know like how like far does it get to like how strong does he get? Because to me, if I think of Blue Beetle, Blue Beetle, from what I know, fucking not beyond that he would have to go Super Saiyan to beat him. I don't know. I think he would just be regular Kakarot.
Damn, that's cold. I don't even know. Wonder Woman. Let's go.
Uh,
Let's go, Wonder Woman. What you
he'll
mean?
beat he'll beat Wonder Woman, but I think that'd be a harder one for him. Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman would be like 6 feet taller than him, first and foremost. And she, and she would be super strong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Ultra Instinct Goku is
Yeah,
putting a hole through her chest if you wanted to.
yeah. Even Goku Black, even though it's not really him, but Goku Black
Yeah.
would just murder people just for fun. Goku
Wait,
Rose.
what is Goku
Oh,
Black?
oh yeah, Goku Black. That's in Dragon Ball Super too, I think.
I don't
Goku
know.
Black is Zamasu and fucking like an evil Goku from another universe, Trunks' old future Trunks' universe.
Oh,
that
okay.
that are merged together and just super fucking evil. And they know that
Mhm.
Goku and them know how to go Super Saiyan God now. So Zamasu and Goku Black learn how to go Super Saiyan Rose, which is like a fucking
Be
pink
sipping
haired
on that shit.
yeah, a pink haired Goku that Telleraw and this Goku Black just killed everybody in Future Trunks' universe. And Future Trunks escapes and goes and gets Goku and Vegeta to go help try to take out Goku Black. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's kind
still
of
haven't,
cold though.
man. I'm way back on Super. Like I got to where Frieza came back, and like once his whole thing was, oh, if I go train for like a couple months, I'll go from being like weak as fuck to being as strong as like Goku at that current point where they were like strong as shit. I just thought that was stupid as fuck. It's like this whole time if he would just went trained, he would have been way powerful than everybody else.
Yeah, they're scared of, and they put Frieza in this world. They banish him to this dimension where it's everything that he hates. So he's tied up to a tree in a
I
cocoon.
seen, yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
hilarious.
in a flower with a bunch of flowers and a bunch of singing fairies around
I
him.
thought that was just like hell for him. That was just hell, I think.
Exactly, is as hell. But they get him out, spoiler alert. They get him out
Yeah,
of
I seen
that
that too.
for
I
the
seen that part.
tournament of the champions because they need the best fighters in the world to save the planet. So they chose Frieza.
Okay, so I guess I got that far because that's like where I stopped at.
Yeah, that's hella funny. What was his name? It's Tengen, right? Yeah, Tengen, the one that gets
Mm,
Yamcha.
gotcha.
Yeah, that fool wanted to be in the tournament so bad. He was like, "Why don't you just ask?" He was like, "Nope, nope, nope. I know they're gonna ask me. I'm not gonna play like I really want to be in it. I ain't gonna be desperate." He runs home, lays in the bed all day, just waiting for Goku to knock on the door. He never comes and goes and gets fucking Master Roshi. He's hella mad. Yeah, Master Roshi. They got a cool little squad, but mm.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
is
don't know.
actually on fucked up yet except for Krillin.
That was the one thing I always hated about Dragon Ball Z was like they just super surpassed. He surpassed all of the characters to the point where they just stopped even being a like factor when it came to like fighting. It was just him. They just sat back and spectate. Like with Naruto, at least everybody like they may not have been like. Well, no, they kept up with Naruto up until like the very end when he started getting all that sage ability and all that extra shit. And I mean, I guess once he like, yeah, when he started being able to like use the fucking nine tail better and
Yeah.
was like the yellow flash like his dad. He was still just a regular. He was just a dope ass fucking ninja, but Neji and them all were still up there on like
Yeah,
similar level.
for
So it
sure. For
wasn't
sure.
yeah, it wasn't until he got that sage shit that then he was just OP. Same with fucking Sasuke. He got
Sasuke, I
that
would say
fucking
Sasuke.
eyeball.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he got that eyeball but and now in Dragon Ball it was like as soon as this motherfucker went Super Saiyan, everybody else didn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like, and they try to hint that, like, yeah, Vegeta's still cool too, because he can do everything that Goku can do in theory. But it's like
He can, but
everybody
he's
gets
like
their ass
second
whooped.
best.
I mean, even that, they hype up Gohan like he's still the one over fucking Vegeta half the time, especially in this arc. They fucking Gohan, you gotta be the natural leader. You gotta learn to not give sympathy type shit. Kill like basically
Oh,
the Mark arc.
they're making him like I thought he went like soft and he stopped training and stuff.
He did, but they pull him out for the tournament. And in GT, I think they have a new season in GT where he goes Beast to Gohan or something like that. And he
Mm.
almost whoops his dad's ass, but they stop him from beating his dad because he's kind of overpowered type of shit. But I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel like they do Vegeta a little dirty. And in second hand, they do Trunks a little dirty. They do Gotenks. I mean, not Gotenks. Goten dirty too. Let this man grow up and well, I haven't seen a grown Goten yet. They don't take him serious. They don't let him fight. Him and Trunks are just always thrown to the side. Hey, go chill over there. They went and got Android 18 to fight in the tournament, and we're like, oh, Trunks and Goten go protect this planet full of animals and protect the planet from poachers coming to kill the animals. So you got to protect the whole planet by yourselves while we go fight in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? They want to fight.
Yeah, I mean that's a big task. You gotta
Yeah.
protect the whole planet. Come
Shit.
on.
Go Tanks is like one of the sickest characters in fucking in Dragon Ball Z. Let them fuse and be in the tournament, even though they can't really fuse for very long. But
It's funny how like if you think about it, like why is it that is it because they're Goku's kids or is it because they're mixed with humans that they're so much more powerful? It's like isn't it funny how like Gohan at one point, even as like a kid, was more powerful than Goku? And it's like, hey, you like as a kid. So is it because they're stronger because they're mixed, or is it because they just
yeah,
happen to be his kids?
that doesn't really make sense.
I
Because
don't know. Same thing with like the
Chi-Chi's a whole ass
fucking
human.
Invincible shit.
Yeah, I was
Invincible,
going.
like
Yeah,
it's like that he's his kids with a human is hella strong. I mean, of course he's getting there, but eventually he becomes like one of the strongest Viltrumites. It's like, is it because they're mixed?
well,
What is Superman's kid gonna
let's
be
actually
like?
get into that real quick. Let's actually get into that. So, bottom line, Goku, you're getting your ass whooped. Marvel don't even step in that era, that
Yeah.
territory, because the Hulk will smash you in one clap. I'm
What about
sorry,
that?
and
What about that little dude who used to follow? He used to show up on the cartoon sometimes. He was like a little elf, but he was like a god. But he would just bug people. But the only way you can get him to go away was to make him say his name backwards. You remember that guy?
that's in DC.
Yeah, he used to show up in like a lot of the Justice League cartoons, the Superman cartoons and shit. But he
Hmm.
was like he pretty much was omnipotent. He was a god, and he was just a trickster. But I mean, even that guy will fuck Goku up if he actually was trying to fight him. I just think that he would be so powerful, he would just be annoyed by Goku though.
Yeah, and you can even get your homie. You can get Vegeta. You still get your ass whooped. Bring Broly. I don't know actually. I don't know about that, but you still get your ass whooped, Goku. Don't bring that shit. We'll come up with some. Well, I don't know. We can't do solos because nobody's gonna solo the whole universe. But maybe we'll come up with a 5v5 to see who can out of. Oh, that would be too easy for anime. We have to put a whole bunch
I
of
don't know.
characters
It's
up
like
against anime characters.
when you have characters that have like reality, like altering abilities, you're gonna lose. It's like there's nothing you can do then.
But there's
That's like,
comic books. You can do anything in comic books, and they usually
yeah, I
do.
know. I'm just saying, like, Goku's not gonna beat everybody because if you have the ability to like alter reality, that's like having a logical conversation with a delusional person. It's going nowhere. You're gonna lose every time. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you kind of take the concept of what Goku actually is doing when it becomes like levels up. You know what I'm saying? If you take that in relative terms of what they're doing in their universe, it is very, very impressive. Like, just imagine you'd even mentioned it, Superman going to the sun, sitting up in that bitch for hella long, becoming hella strong. This fool Goku, you know how many levels of Super Saiyan there is now? Him going up 17 million levels has to imply that he's at least, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It has to imply something. So I don't want to
Yeah,
give
but
him
then we gonna bring in Dr. Manhattan again, and then Dr.
true.
Manhattan just gonna make him not exist.
But still, even Goku, they have Sensu be or not Sensu be Dragon Balls can wish him back. He always usually when he gets killed, he goes to a planet where he's kind of still alive in a way. So maybe Goku is kind of I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We just have to. You kind of have to put a stance on it, Mister. When you're online talking that talk, you'll get come for us. So pause, pause. But let's get into these last little reviews, man. We'll get into some more anime. We need to bring Anime Kumite back. We'll talk about some shit. We do a tournament, maybe again, throw some DC characters, Marvel characters, and anime characters in there. Have some tournament brackets and see who comes out. Maybe we can do it that way. We'll do that for next time. But let's get into this TV show reviews to end it up here to close out the episode. We had Daredevil episode 4. We didn't talk about episodes 1 through 3 with you, but how are you liking the show Daredevil Born Again so far? How do you like that in juxtaposition to the Netflix series?
I like it. Kind of like it still kind of has the Netflix series feel, except for they kind of just killed off like some of the characters of the first episode, which kind of fucked up. But other than that, like I like it. I like the grittiness to it still. I like them bringing in other characters from Marvel. Uh, I wish they had a little more fighting. I guess they'll get to that. But from what they do have, it still kind of has that same feel as the original show. It just feels like it's fucked up to say because I thought the original show had great production. But I guess I would say it looks more Hollywood production now. Like it just seems a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Or I guess the other shows felt more like a set, and this feels like more like they're in like the real world. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Netflix feel compared to the big budget uh Kevin Feige MCU
Yeah,
type shit. Yeah,
which is funny because I literally like watching the old shows back then. I was like, these are really big budget shows, and like, oh, they can get bigger. There's levels to this shit apparently.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Even though the CGI was a little shaky at the beginning with Daredevil coming in, flying in with the little landing on the roof fighting Bullseye, it kind of looked ugly at first, but
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, that was a little bit much, but it was still pretty decent for what it was. But the show's good though. I like the show so far. It's I like the even the what was it, the not the episode that just came out, but the one before that where he was in the court, like his speech he gave after he revealed the dude. That was good. I thought that was good writing. I thought they did real good with the writing and shit like that. And I don't know, it's good dialogue. So far I'm okay with it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I do think they waited too long to make it, and the actor who plays Kingpin just looks way older now.
Yeah, he looks hella older and he's putting a little on that voice. It's sad that the Victor Aola guy or the guy that played White Tiger actually passed away. Interesting that the White Panther and the Black Panther both died of cancer while playing
But
those
wait,
roles.
you mean like in real life he died?
He died, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they just shot him in the show.
No, yeah, he passed away.
Oh,
Um,
that's sad.
but in the show, supposedly the daughter, or excuse me, in the comics,
Denise,
the niece, yeah,
Anna,
yeah,
yeah.
becomes the White Tiger, and then eventually passes the mantle to the sister. But I don't know. I don't want her to become the White Panther yet. She's too little, too young. I don't want them to go that whole MCU route they're going. She ain't ready
Yeah, but
yet.
they're probably gonna do it. But I mean, at the same time, it's just an amulet. All you gotta do is put an amulet on him,
Yeah.
and she got then he has like superhuman abilities, and so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see.
he
Hopefully, they'll just
really
wait
should
until
become.
season 2 to make her really become the White Tiger. That way, she can presumably get older, and it'll be more realistic of her out there whooping ass. Because supposedly
Yeah.
she becomes a villain anyways, and that's how the mantle does get passed to the sister of the original White Tiger.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's interesting, man. The first episode I heard was not supposed to be the first episode. I guess the second two episodes were supposed to be the episode 1 and 2, and they were kind of really trying to make it a courtroom kind of drama thing with each episode being a different court case and them kind of going about it that way.
Mhm.
But I think with Foggy and the lady not really being available to film, they're not even really going to be in the rest of the show. But they think they're coming back for a
Mm.
season two when they film more of this season, the second half of the first season because it's
Yeah, but
18
why they
episodes.
kill off? They have to kill off Feige though. That was
There
fucked up.
is a theory that he might not be dead. They're saying
Mhm.
that they might have, because it was Bullseye, they might have shot him really close to his heart, where his heart, may have stopped, slowed or something like that. Because he's supposed to be in season two. He's supposed to be coming back. I don't know if it's going to be a flashback. It could be a flashback to what happened in the prior seasons or what supposedly happened, but yeah, but it's interesting, man. Him fighting, becoming Daredevil, vigilantism, kind of being respected by the community, but at the same time, Kingpin being against them looks like his ultimate goal is to kind of get rid of vigilantes in the city and just kind of take it over so he can just run it free as possible. He's eventually going to slip back into the Kingpin ways. I can see that. And at the end of episode four, you saw basically Daredevil coming back. Did you see the episode with him and Punisher?
So I didn't get to see the very last of that episode, the last 30 minutes of it. But I saw like up to where he was like having a conversation with Punisher,
Yeah, it
and
was deep.
he punched him
Uh,
and then apologized to him.
yeah, that was deep. That conversation was hella deep. John Barenthal was doing his thing. I like him as an actor, even though he kind of plays the same character a lot. He always reminds me of
Yeah, he does.
the guy from
But he is good for this role though. But yeah,
yeah, he reminds me of the guy from Walking Dead every time. That role. But he
yeah,
was
he has
talking that
certain
shit.
certain little movements he does, like the little head movement. He
Yeah, when
does it
he's
over and over again.
yeah,
Yeah,
when somebody's talking to him, his little shocked face, and
the
he
little
open.
head.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Oh, yeah, and he got up and said, "Yeah, that sticks with you, and it's always gonna be there. Say his name. Say, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You made me do it. He apologized hella fast. That shit was hella funny. You pushed me to it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it, but you made me do it. But I feel it, man. You gotta become that vigilante. They out here popping niggas in the head. But I thought they were gonna have a little bit more of a fight once they found him. But I thought
yeah.
they were gonna try to
I
blame it
do.
on him a little bit more.
I do feel like, yeah, they're like it has really good dialogue, like I said, but they have to put more action in. They gotta like no matter how good the dialogue is, if we're expecting some kind of ass whooping to go on, you know what I'm saying? Like even Game of Thrones had some fucking awesome dialogue, but occasionally they put in some like other shit to make you like. Sometimes it wasn't shit I wanted to see, like it'd be like incest or sodomy or some shit, but sometimes it was killing, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah, and the Muse character, the villain that's just taking people's bodies and sucking blood out of them,
yeah,
making
that's
pictures of them.
weird. I gotta
They need to
look
get
him
into
up.
that.
Who the fuck
Yeah.
is he?
He's supposed to be a character that kills people and usually makes
A serial
murals of the
killer.
people that he kills after with their blood or some shit like that. So in the last episode at the end, he has somebody he takes into the train station and
Yeah, I've
food.
seen that part. I seen the majority of the episode. I just like started to get ready and shit before I seen the very end. So last thing I saw, I don't know, when I first turned it on, I was watching the end of it. So
Oh yeah, when he was pumping the blood out his leg while he was alive.
yeah, that
That shit was
mask was
good.
dope though. It looked
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Scarecrow mixed with fucking I don't know who Spawn. I don't know
I
who.
hope he got hands though, because if he come out and get his
Sting.
ass whooped hella fast, that's gonna be like a means. Yeah, I'll be hella mad because hella anticlimactic. But yeah, I
Well,
like
that's
to
what
wear.
scares me too. That
Yeah,
scares me. What if he's more of like a cerebral like villain? Then it's like they got like it's gonna take Daredevil and make it into a show where it's like, okay, we're gonna remove a lot of the fighting. He can still fight. We know he can. He's gonna kick a little bit of ass, like he kicked those cops' ass. But other than that, yeah, it's gonna be like a more of a
he gonna you see him figure out shit while he's blind. How he found that
yeah.
casing was crazy. He
I,
dropped a little
did he
bottle.
smell that shit? What the fuck happened to him?
Yeah,
Did
he
he smell
dropped a
it?
little bottle down here, smelled the shell casing, and he rubbed it and saw the. I think he felt the insignia on it, the little Punisher thing, and walked right to his house based on the smell. Like, what?
Yeah.
How the fuck you do that? But I guess he is superhero in a way.
But was he
Uh,
saying it wasn't him though who did it though? So was that like a copycat or something?
yeah, and he knew right away. That was the ultimate assumption. He just walked in there. He was like, "Frank, did you do it?" He's like, "No." It's like fucking copycats. I hate them. Like what? That was the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, so you want to help me? Help me get these guys off the street?" Nah, I'm not gonna help you.
Fuck your superhero bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, okay, well, that's the end of that. But yeah, it was cool. It's cool. I'm interested to see what happens every Tuesday. Check it out on Disney Plus. It's
Hmm.
there. Binge it now, then catch it up, tune in, and all that shit. Lastly, we got Invincible, man. Invincible season finale just popped off. We got to talk about that. How did you feel about this season? Me personally, let me give you my little spill real quick. I liked it a lot. I like the interpersonal stuff. I like the inner conflict with Mark trying to become a superhero, knowing what it takes. He has to sacrifice all the shit of being a regular person to be a hero. He has to figure out that he has to actually kill people in order to be the hero he wants to be, though he doesn't want to be like his dad or turn out to be like his dad. He still needs to know that if he doesn't kill some of these motherfuckers is going to come back to kill people that you love. And that almost happened a lot of times in this season, and some people did die. But how did you feel about this season?
Uh, I didn't watch the last episodes. I literally got up to where his little brother was came and killed those dudes who was holding him hostage or whatever. Remember?
Oh yeah, the little
Yeah,
brothers, the brother guys, and he
yeah,
goes and kills them, and one was begging for his life, and he ended up just murking them anyway.
yeah. And then he tried. Then he had to talk with them about not killing people, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're bad people." That's kind of where I left off at. I know there's like what 1 or 2 episodes after that. I
Oh,
think
those
that
were
was.
the thickest episodes. Those were fucking epic as fuck. Did you see the one where all
Yeah.
the marks came from the different universes?
No, I think that's the next episode.
But
I think that's the
yeah,
next one.
yeah, Mark, all the marks come from different universes and start fucking shit up, and then Mark has to go take him out, and all the Justice Society people come out and try to help take him out, but they're Marks, old Viltrumites. So they have
Yeah.
Mark, like the Mark that actually became an ultimate Viltrumite. They have like hella different spawns actually in there.
What?
Yeah, they're supposed to introduce Spawn through Image Comics that own Spawn.
So
So
damn, that means all this shit's gonna be mixed up because I don't know if you know. Remember, I don't know, you're not a big Spawn fan, but in Marvel, there's a character named Angela. She's an angel. I don't know if you ever heard of her.
uh,
She's not new, but she's kind of new to Marvel. But
no,
she was originally an angel that was sent down to take out Spawn, and then they became like kind of allies. And she was in Spawn for a really long time, and there was a legal dispute with the guy who created Angela, and the creator of Spawn. So at
mhm,
the end, he won, and he went over he took his character over to Marvel.
damn,
So yeah, so
I feel that.
now so now Marvel is going to be linked in that way where they have Angela and she's linked to Spawn, and then Spawn's going to be linked to Invincible, apparently. Because I
Yeah.
do know there are some crossovers, I think, to Image Comics. They're like really close. Spawn and Image Comics, they have a lot of shit that's really similar.
Yeah. So yeah,
And
I don't know. He was in like a little scene. I think it was it a scene or was it a deleted scene? I'm not too sure. It might be in
well,
there.
but then again, so was Batman. Because I don't know if you remember that scene where like he was going through different universes and he was sitting there talking to you couldn't see him, but he's like, so wait a minute, you dress up like a bat and I forgot what he said to him, but it was clearly he was talking to Batman.
Mhm.
You remember that scene?
I do. I didn't. Was it
Okay, yeah.
season one or season two?
No, that just happened like episode. I think this episode or the one before.
Oh wait, was this season split into two?
What are you talking about?
Was season three split into two halves? I think it
I don't
was.
remember. I just watched all of them. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, because I don't remember because I might have been a long time ago. I think they split this season into two halves. Um, but yeah, yeah, it was dope. I don't know. I think it did happen. I won't spoil it. I'll let you see it. But yeah, the marks come and he has to destroy the marks, and I just think that kind of the inner conflict with Cecil and how Cecil is kind of like a kind of I wouldn't say a Nick Fury kind of character, but did you see
He
the
is
episode
kind of.
what happened to Cecil and that whole the gas got on him and
Yeah. Oh
how
yeah,
that shit was
yeah,
nuts. And they just
yeah.
made him fake ass skin, but yeah, his juxtaposition is kind of hard. Him trying to be the person that protects the planet, but at the same time keeps the trust of Mark, but is scared of if Mark ever kind of flips. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
I
a
mean,
tough
rightfully
situation.
so. Look what his dad did, and like
Exactly.
that's all. That has to be a fear when you have like something that's that powerful. It's kind of like having like an atomic bomb that like if it went off, it'd blow up like a third of the fucking planet. And it's like, okay, we got it. secure and like where it won't blow up. But if this motherfucker do go off, that's a scary ass thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
pretty much what it's like. It's like this motherfucker might just say, you know what? Man, fuck these ants. I'm about to spray raid everywhere. You can't do shit to stop his ass.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand. And yeah, you saw what he did to the Justice or their fucking Justice League, and that's then that
Yeah,
universe he
yeah, like it was
splattered their ass.
nothing.
Yeah, and they had another situation like that. Was it Mark that did it? No, those robots is what he killed. But there was another situation where I don't want to ruin it. I think. Oh yeah, that's the episode with the war. Never mind. I won't give
Mhm.
that away. I don't want to give that away because the last two episodes, I'm telling you, there are super memorable scenes. I wasn't aware that you didn't see the last two, but check those out because not only do you see Adam Eve, because this whole season I'm trying to figure out what the fuck can she do because they're struggling with making money, but she can change anything
He can,
intangible to make it tangible. She made a
he
24
can make
karat gold
money.
apple.
He
Yeah.
can make money.
Exactly. And they're telling Mark he needs to get need to get a job for them to get an apartment. You know what I'm saying? I understand her going to architecture school to try to learn how to build structures so they won't collapse like in the last season, or when she tried to
Yeah.
make a park and then it all collapsed and people died.
Nobody
Um,
died. Nobody
they
died.
didn't die, they just got hurt.
They got hurt. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody
But
died.
yeah, to me that makes sense. But there's like levels of like morality. Like I'm gonna be like moral to a certain level, but when it comes to just like income, like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna struggle like everybody else, even though I have the means to not struggle. Like, well, who the fuck does that? No, I'm gonna not struggle, and then if I have the ability to help other people not struggle too, I'm gonna do that.
You
But
can.
it's
Like, what
like,
the fuck? Just make money on the
yeah, make
spot.
money or just make things that you need. I mean, if
Yeah,
you need money to like pay bills, I mean that too. But why don't you just go purchase some fucking land off some gold that you just sold and then go build a house? No, just make a house. Just make it appear. You know what I'm
but
saying? And you're good.
yeah, I think they tell us a little something towards the end though, because we see some shit happen.
Uh,
But I can tell you what happens, but I don't want to give. I won't
I'm about
really
to
give it.
watch it after this
Yeah,
anyway, so it
nothing's
don't
really gonna give
matter.
it away. Like she can just do weird shit. She takes off Mark's clothes with her powers and just sets them on the ground, and
Oh,
they
she's a
just kind
racist.
of
Okay.
like she could do shit like that, and he's all injured and shit, but she just took his clothes off for him and set him on the ground. But the clothes started to melt. You know what I
Hmm?
mean? Exactly, and it kind of it leaves off like that. So we're like,
Oh,
what does this mean? You know
that's
what I
because they're
mean?
better with a flaw. Okay.
Yeah, so is her power toxic? Does it fucking fuck people up? Like, I don't know.
But that,
I
is that when it's so maybe when she's touching something, are you using her magic on something that's real, then it destroys it. So she can make shit to make shit. Who knows? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not too sure she really knows the full extent of her power, but the last two episodes really explain hella shit though. But it was epic. Damn near perfect. The last episode was fucking nuts. Your mouth is gonna be paused on your jaw's gonna be on the ground. Shit's hella violent. The last two, you're like, what the fuck is going on? I was so excited to see those last two, and it ended with a bang. People were skeptical after last season if third season was going to be as good as number one. People were complaining about the animation. I think it came back with the
It was
boom.
good, I thought.
Yeah, me too. I didn't see anything wrong. People are complaining about
Yeah.
animation. Just finding some shit to complain about. I feel like people are jealous of
Mm.
the Invincible world because their fucking MCU or DC is not holding it down, and Invincible's coming out of nowhere. Why
Man,
am I?
comics have been doing this shit for a long time. They just haven't been really getting noticed. There's like a couple other characters that they can bring up. They may not be as powerful, but they have really interesting backstories and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they're real gory and bloody. So,
Yeah, and there's a lot of
I
people, there's a
take my
lot of
hand up.
fans of the actual comics. I have some comics myself that I haven't read, so I plan to do so because it seems like they're following the comics pretty well to figure out what they're going to put in the next couple of episodes. So, shout out,
Mm-hmm.
was it Tyler Kirkham? Shout out, Ryan Otley. I got some comics around the room right now, but go watch it. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. Let me know. You let me know too, AK. Let me know too, AK, after you watch it, how you like it. Pause. But that's the end of the episode. That's all we got. Oh yeah, gaming world, gaming world, gaming world. Please, please, please. We're on the road to 50 followers. So please, can we get on the Twitch? Follow your boy. SA, no, it's Lydell underscore Dinero 22 on Twitch. Follow me on there so we can become an official affiliate of Twitch so I can put more videos on there and get a profile popping. Right now, I can't do that because I ain't got enough followers. But gaming, Marvel Rivals, I just reached Lord. You know what I'm saying? Lord, Hawkeye, talk to me nice. The grind continues until Blade comes out. If you play Marvel Rivals, that's the game that I'm best at right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really play comp, so if you judge me based on my level, I'm bronze 3, so what? But I'll whoop you in some quick match, motherfucker. 2K, back on Call of Duty, just bought me a Ninja Turtle ready to slide on some motherfuckers. So Lydell_Dinero, follow me there. Assassin's Creed is about to come out. The new Assassin's Creed. It's right around the corner. I want to stream some of that shit as well. So
Wait,
yeah,
that's not the one with the samurai, right? Did it
yes, it
already come
is.
out?
It's
Oh,
coming out
okay.
soon. It's around the corner. I don't know exactly when, but I think it's very, very soon. I think maybe early April, if I
Oh,
am
okay.
not mistaken. So we
For
out
sure.
here. So I'm excited for that. Anything you want to let the people know before we get up out of here? Where can they find you at? Because this is the part of that podcast where I like to let them know where to find you at.
Instagram, that's at Keo Young. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, hey, you tell me, player. You tell me.
that's it. That's
That's
me
it.
in a
Your boy.
nutshell.
You find your boy SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Best of Bias, you know where to find it. On the Instagram, you can find me on TikTok as well under the Best of Bias. I'll be trying to post on there, you know what I'm saying, for those who still have the app on the phone that are able to still access it. Follow me on there. Follow the Best of Bias on everything. YouTube, you already know where to find it. Best of Bias, aka puts a whole bunch of videos up there. Be working, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of things to watch, a lot of things to look at, visually pleasing. You know what I mean? So thank you. Let's get a little clap it up, clap, 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 clap. I don't know if you can put a round of applause in there, but yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
it. That's it, and that's all. Merch, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I still got hats, stat hats, bucket hats, beanies, and all that shit. Shout out Juju. We got March Madness going on right now, women's and men's. It's not Oregon, this is USC. I'm not rocking USC, but Juju, I do believe in her. She's gonna probably win that shit. Win that shit. If Oregon doesn't win, this is who I got secondly. And Oregon in the men's side, we gonna win that shit. Shock the world, baby. You know what I'm saying? Beat Duke and win the motherfucking Final Four. Actually, more than the Final Four, we wouldn't win the whole thing. But anyways, Best of Bias Podcast, episode 238. 237? 238. 238, I think.
I
Where the
think so.
theme song at? And it's right here. Thank everybody for being here. You guys are beautiful people. Hey, look in the mirror. I am beautiful. Tell yourself that. And you'll have a great day. Yeah. All right, then, y'all. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah.